In the second week on our practice of the spiritual practice of Sabbath, we got a really hopeful message around the theme of rest because, and I wrote this down, we need the practice of Sabbath now more than ever because Pharaoh and Egypt are alive and well. So we need to be defiant. And so we found our most defiant pastor in all of our stables. That's you,
That
Becky.
would not
that is
be
you.
me.
You're defiant.
No, I was like the goody two-shoes girl.
Were you really?
I was like, please don't be mad at me. I'll do whatever you want.
But I love that though. I love that approach that you took today.
I feel like there's anyone. Steve, for sure. Diane. So many people would have been picked before me.
We should go down the line and see who could be. Would you be the last one on the list?
Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know either.
I feel like Clint was like let me do what's asked of me as well. So maybe we can have a tie.
We'll have a tie. But I really liked your approach to say like, hey, we got to be defiant about this because we are no longer slaves. Not just slaves to sin, but slaves to this culture. And like, there's so much push to go with culture today, and we don't have to. We can be countercultural. Actually, we talked about that with Steve in part 1 as well. But talk a little bit about that defiance against culture, the culture of business, the culture of finding your purpose in more. Yeah,
I think that restlessness, I feel it, right? Like it's not just the things I observe as a pastor or in my church. Like I feel that daily, this restlessness to do, to go, to be, for more, to strive, right? And not that those things are bad in and of themselves, right? To a degree, but it's if they're preventing us from experiencing the rest that God established with creation, the rest that God designed us for, the ability to be present with Him and with ourselves and with others, then that thing, right, that's keeping us from experiencing that is holding us captive. It's holding us bondage, and it has to be resisted. And so Sabbath is this active, right? I think sometimes people think of like Sabbath as like, it's a day by myself. It's when I am like at spa or like restful, and those things could happen on Sabbath, right? But it is this intentional resisting the things of our culture, the things of our world that really dominate and dictate how we spend our time and how we spend our energy.
I feel like we've been, I don't know, we're lied to by culture about how to get to that place of being really content. You know, we're lied to all the time. And so I loved how you reminded us that it's actually the work of resting is what's going to get us closer and closer to that, not utopia, but to the kingdom of God.
That contentment, that I'm at peace
Yeah.
with who I am and how my life is because of who God is and how He's at work in my life, not because of the circumstances of life.
And we just thought that modern technology, faster cars, easier ways to do laundry was just going to get us to that. And but actually, we may just get there, you guys, with artificial intelligence. ChatGPT is going to take over.
Right? I'm not going to have to do my job anymore.
We're going to be doing 4-hour work weeks. It's going to be amazing. What if you found for yourself is really, really restful?
Yeah, I think for me personally, there's 2 parts to this question, because I think rest is personal, but rest is also communal, right? And so my life is my own and my life is also not my own. And so there's things that, like in an ideal world, things like a day by myself, a day where there's quiet, where I can take a nap, I can read books, I can have good food, I can be in my head and just like not
Mother's
have
Day.
to have.
You want Mother's Day every day.
It's great, but also I have a family. There's kids. There's and then there's friendships and community and extended family that like, and so for me, rest is kind of that 2 part. And so there should be portions of my Sabbath or my day that is maybe internal focused, right? But then there are portions that have to be external focused when it comes to rest. And so, I mentioned the making pancakes, cooking with the boys. Like my husband's usually not that interested, and Graham, I don't want anywhere near anything I'm doing yet. He's too young, but Leighton loves cooking. And so he's like super engaged with that. But when it's busy, when things are crazy, like I don't have time to like have this fun and make a mess in the kitchen and cook with him, right? So Sabbath is a time when we get to do that
So
together
even
more
those
often.
really active things can feel super restful.
Oh, for
you.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's fun. And or they'll just say, like, my boys, anytime I think they're starting to do this intentionally. Anytime we have bananas, they like leave the last few and let them get really brown and spotty. Because then they're like, Mom, the bananas are going bad. Can we make banana chocolate chip mini muffins? And I'm like, sure. And so usually on Sabbath we get to do something like that, where we wouldn't necessarily have the ability to do that during the week, but Sabbath provides the ability and the time to do those things. And it is restful, even though it's active.
And I love that we call these practices because it really does take practice. This is not something we can just decide to do and flip a switch. It's like learning how to exercise. It's learning how to be a writer. It's learning how you have to practice and do it and practice and practice. And maybe we can start practicing Sabbath now. And I don't know what that is for you. Maybe it's napping. Maybe it's going fishing. Maybe it's going for a walk. Maybe it is calling people. Maybe it is finding a friend to have coffee with. Whatever that restful thing is, I want you to do that. And if you feel guilty about resting, right now you're attending church, so you're excused from whatever. So perhaps you can take these next couple of minutes to just listen to these sounds, watch these images, and take a few minutes to just rest. And then, hope to see you next time. God bless you. Thanks for being here.